Hurricane Maria has made landfall on the Caribbean island of Dominica as a dangerous Category 5 hurricane, the U.S. National Hurricane Center said. Less than 90 minutes later, the center of the storm, described by the NHC as potentially catastrophic, passed almost directly over Dominica, on a track that would put it over Puerto Rico by Wednesday, according to the agency's latest bulletins. There was no immediate word on the fate of Dominica, a former British colony home to 72,000 people that lies in the eastern Caribbean about halfway between the French islands of Guadeloupe, to the north, and Martinique, to the south. But Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt, in a Facebook post around the time Maria made landfall, said the storm had blown the roof off his home, adding, "I'm at the complete mercy of the hurricane. House is flooding." He then added, "I have been rescued." Men remove boats from the water ahead of Hurricane Maria in Saint Anne on the French Caribbean island of Guadeloupe. On Monday, photo app millions more in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico, still reeling from Hurricane Irma earlier this month, have another day or two to prepare for the storm, forecasters said. If Maria retains its strength, it would be the most powerful hurricane to hit Puerto Rico in 85 years, since a Category 4 storm swept the U.S. island territory in 1932, Hurricane Center's spokesman Dennis Feldgen said. The last major hurricane to strike Puerto Rico directly was Georgia, which made landfall there as a Category 3 storm, he said. The governor of Puerto Rico, Ricardo Rossello, urged island residents on Twitter to brace for the storm's arrival, saying, "It is time to seek refuge with a family member, friend or head to a state shelter." Puerto Rico narrowly avoided a direct hit 2 weeks ago from Hurricane Irma, which reached a rare Category 5 status and ranked as the most powerful Atlantic storm on record before devastating several smaller islands, including the U.S. Virgin Islands of St. Thomas and St. John. Hurricane Maria forms into a Category 3 storm over the northeast Caribbean Sea on Tuesday. Photo NASA Maria was packing maximum sustained winds of 260 km per hour, placing it at the top level of the Saffir-Simpson hurricane and wind scale, the Miami-based center said. Forecast models showed the fierce hurricane aiming next at the U.S. territory of Puerto Rico and at the island of Hispaniola, shared by the Dominican Republic and Haiti. Local residents clean up after Hurricane Irma caused destruction in Cuba earlier this month. Hurricane Maria is following a similar path. Photo app Hurricane Maria has strengthened to a Category 5 storm a short term earlier while at 25 kilometers away from Dominica. Maria was also nearing the island of Martinique and was moving west-northwest at 15 kilometers per hour. The National Hurricane Center in Miami said on Monday evening, U.S. time, that Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter planes found that Maria had strengthened into a storm with 260 km per hour winds. Some additional strengthening is possible tonight, but some fluctuations in intensity are likely during the next day or two, the Miami-based weather forecaster said on Monday. It is one of 3 major storms brewing in the Atlantic, including Hurricane Jose sitting off the coast of North Carolina. Maria had been upgraded to a Category 3 hurricane when about 150 kilometers east-southeast of Dominica. It is expected to hit several islands that were devastated earlier this month when Hurricane Irma rampaged through the Caribbean as one of the most powerful Atlantic hurricanes ever recorded, killing more than 80 people on the islands and the U.S. mainland. The center of Maria will move across the Leeward Islands on Monday night, over the extreme northeastern Caribbean Sea Tuesday and Tuesday night, and approach Puerto Rico in the Virgin Islands on Wednesday, the NHC said. It is likely to hit Puerto Rico, a U.S. territory, as a Category 4 hurricane, with 233 km per hour winds in the country's first direct hit since 1998. The devastation could be unimaginable, NBC weatherman Al Roker said. Hurricane Irma grazed Puerto Rico as it headed toward Cuba and Florida. The country has already begun preparations for Maria, and the storm threatens an island already dealing with a weakened economy and fragile power grid. Warnings are also in place for St. Kitts, Nevis and Montserrat, St. Lucia, the French overseas departments of Guadeloupe and Martinique, Antigua and Barbuda, the Dutch Caribbean territories of Saba, St. Eustatius and St. Martin, the British and U.S. Virgin Islands, and Anguilla. Forecasters were also tracking Category 1 Hurricane Jose, with 140 km per hour winds, which was located about 440 km east-southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. The eye of that storm was forecast to remain off the east coast of the United States for the next few days, bringing dangerous surf and rip currents to beaches from Delaware through Massachusetts. Reuters.